BWOne here from BWOne. We're back, and in this video, I'm going to give you my review of the Microsoft Band 2. So there's a lot to talk about here, so let's jump right into the sequel to the original Microsoft Band, which I really liked a lot. So you can see here, the new Microsoft Band has a bit of a newer design than from the original Band. If you watch our Band 2 versus Band 1 video, you can kind of see some of the major differences there, but one of them being that it's a lot more comfortable on the wrist now with sort of this nice sort of rubber material that fits around the wrist a lot nicer, and being that it's curved, it just feels a lot better on the wrist, as I'll show you quickly right here. You also have a new lock switch right here at the bottom, which is a lot nicer to use and more comfortable. You see, it's still a big band. It's something that you are going to notice in your hand that you have on, but it's a lot more comfortable, and as you can see, it kind of curves around the wrist a lot nicer and feels just a lot easier to kind of have on here, definitely. Another thing that you'll notice here is that being that it's curved this way, it's actually a lot nicer to hold, to have it sort of under like this, which I'll snap on as well too. So beforehand, I really never liked having it this way, but now it's actually a little bit nicer to have it sort of underneath the wrist like this because of the natural curve that's in it. It feels a lot better. Let's go ahead and take this bad boy off here. You notice a couple other changes here. The charger is now on the bottom of the tip here, which I actually like that it's here. A little bit easier to access, and it charges pretty quickly. It says about an hour and a half. I've had it to get to a full charge about an hour 15 or so, so it pretty much holds to that claim. It does have the sensor now here in the center of it where the charger used to be in the BWOne, which is nice that it's up there. I think it's a little bit more useful. Notice to be a little bit more accurate. You can see now the lock mechanism here, and it does get scratched up a bit, but because now it's silver, it isn't as bad, so you don't notice it as much, but it does get scratched up here a little bit. But I haven't had an issue where it hasn't locked or starts getting loose for any random reason. It's pretty much stayed together pretty tightly without it kind of losing sort of the hinge right here. So I do like that. I do like that they've changed this pretty much for the better. All right. Another thing you'll notice, overall, it's a lot more flexible as well too. Adds that curviness. Really does help out with that. Overall, just really much better design than the previous version in terms of comfortability on the wrist. I have to commend Microsoft. They've done a good job in improving that. And the look is just a little bit cooler. It isn't all industrial-like. It has a nice sort of standout look to it. It's definitely a fitness band. You're going to notice that this isn't a smartwatch or anything like that. This is a fitness and activity tracker that happens to do some smartwatch features, and you have to remember that as we're going to go through the review here. Now let's take a look at the band here itself. You still have the same buttons. You sort of have your on and off button and your action button here on the side. The operating system pretty much functions as it did before, sort of that Windows Phone sort of look to it. It supports Android, iOS, and Windows Phone. With the advantage of Windows Phone, you'll be able to use Cortana on here to talk within it. Navigation is pretty much the same. Has a curved OLED display. Now that really comes into play here, especially with the interface. You can see it's a little bit nicer to sort of navigate and sort of look at. One of the key things I will definitely say is that it just gives you more information on the display now that you can do that. I can show you that here quickly in one of the sort of workouts that I've done recently. And you can take a look at some of the stats here. As you can see now, it gives you sort of 3 lines here, just give you more information sort of all within there. You also will notice that when you're in the middle of a workout or you're in the middle of a walk and run, you can sort of see the added information that they kind of include, and it's no more sort of swiping at the top to get that bonus information. It uses the left and right swipe to sort of navigate around. Makes it a little bit easier to sort of poke around and get around the UI in a more natural way. You're not doing some type of awkward sort of motion with it. There is a couple of awkward things, especially I've noticed if you're in the middle of sort of a run and you hit pause. If the action button once, it will pause it, and sometimes you can hit that by accident and not remember to kind of tap it again. So I've had that happen a couple of times, and it's a little awkward also when you're in sort of a guided workout and that action button actually skips you to the next workout and doesn't naturally pause. You have to double tap the action button to pause that most of the time, and I've noticed that kind of gets in the way a little bit, and I've kind of messed up my workouts sometimes doing that. So I would hope they kind of fix that around a little bit. Now in here you have your typical navigation. We can tap on here on the clock. You get your steps, which you can do. You see how many miles you've walked. Calories, you can see how many calories you burn. A new thing, because there's a new sensor on here, a barometer, now you can get an elevation, so it can tell you how many floors you've walked. And it can actually sense your heart rate. If I had it on, it would show me that as well too. We can head back here. You see the little arrow. It gives a little arrow there, so a little bit more known where you can kind of go back and forth. Now, the advantage of having the barometer actually is noticed when you're using sort of a run here. Now, if you go into the run, well, this is my last walk. I didn't run for an hour, but this is my walk here. I usually do about a 4-mile walk. And you can see sort of all the information they kind of put on here, 4 miles. And you see a new thing called elevation. See, it knows I went up 111 feet or so, 680% calories, my peak, my average, all that pertinent information right here available on the device itself. And we'll take a look at the app in a second too to see some of the improvements they've done within there. And you can see the navigation, just a lot easier to just kind of poke around here and kind of know where you're going. And you see all the tiles and such that's on here. You can actually download custom tiles, which will show you that in just a moment when we open up to the application here. But overall, really nice. The battery life on here is a lot better than the last band. Before the last band, it was 2 days, and that's about the best you were gonna get. You really couldn't push it further than that. This, it really, you can actually get it to about 3 days, which I have been able to do. Now, I've been able to do that when I've not used the GPS as much. If I've just done my workouts throughout the week and just stuck to those, it pretty much can get you through roughly 2.5 to 3 days. If you're going to use the GPS, that's definitely going to limit that down to maybe even just a day. So if you're GPS heavy, you run heavy, and you're on that level of things and you really want to track everything, you're looking at probably a day to the 48 hours it sort of recommends at max. But if you're a light GPS user, but you mostly use it for the other workouts and the other features with it, I'm able to push this a lot further than I did with the previous band. So that's something definitely to note here. Now, taking a look at just not the band's improvements, but also the app improvements as well too. Microsoft has done some improvements to the overall health app as well. That is kind of giving you more information, just made it more enjoyable to use. So you can see here, this is the main menu. Now they changed it to sort of this blue hue. You can hit on the side here, you have all this new sort of navigation here on the side. You can get your profile history, you can find a course because you can do golfing, you can do biking as well on here. It'll track both of those. You can see you can track my steps, shows the history, distance, floors climbed, where your goal is, and it sort of gives you, every so often it kind of gives you sort of this little thing. Yesterday you used to pass 5,000 steps goal by walking a total of 9,828 steps. That's about 5.3 miles. This is around the height of the K2 in the Himalayas. Interesting stats that they kind of throw with you in there. And you can see also by week as well too, your total steps, your distance, kind of gives you one of those little sort of comparisons right there as well. It'll actually head back out. Same thing with your calories. So it's done the same thing. Not too much has changed with this. You get your day, your week breakdown. You can see within weeks, you can see your most burned day, which is what's Sunday during that particular week. Let's head on back here. You can see on a particular day as well too. And you can kind of drill into individual days to kind of see when your highest and lowest burn were. So you can get all that printed information right there. The walk, and I was talking before, you can sort of map around, you can sort of see kind of where you walked, you can check out your splits between each one of the miles, you see your distance, your calories burned, and it breaks it down between fat and carbs. You can see your elevation, your total gain, your total loss, that's barometer that they've added onto it, your average heart rate, average pace, your recovery time, and it gives you sort of what the cardio benefit is, from strenuous to light to, it kind of gives you different ones as you go along. And really now it's really been very accurate in the recovery time now. It says it needs about 72 hours. So it tells you yesterday at 6:41 p.m. I was able to sort of get back to exercising again, which I actually did a workout yesterday. You can obviously share that, and you can track all your different runs again here at the bottom. Biking is something you can test here. I didn't test that in Boston because Boston's too small to bike and I don't want to get hit. So maybe at some point I will do that. Golfing is something you can do, but it's winter time around here in Massachusetts. Now taking a look here at some of the workout guides you can do. So you have your standard workout, which you just turn on, you work out, and it just kind of tracks your time, calories, duration, heart rate, and such. But, you know, as in the Microsoft Band 1 and the Band 2, you can do the guided workouts, but now you can actually do your own custom workouts, which is pretty cool. You can actually go on to the Microsoft Health website, and on there you can actually, you know, see all the same information you see on here, but you can also create your own workouts on there, and it's pretty cool. They finally added the ability to sort of drag and drop between the workouts, so you can kind of build your own custom workout and sync it to your band, and you can really get very detailed with it in creating your own full workout program within it, similar to the workout guides that they sort of pre-populate and create for you. So I really like using that. I've been using that for a while here, and you can see in this workout here, it can sort of give me my duration, my calories burned. You can see my recovery time, my cardio benefit, which is improving. You can see the details, and actually it really breaks down the details between how long it took me between each sets, depending on the exercises and rest that I took between those. And it can also show you, not only that, it can show you time, it can also show you your calories. It can show you the reps that you've done through each one. And it can show you the distance if I had a run or a walk on here, which I didn't have on here on this particular workout. But you can see, you can kind of get the breakdown and get very detailed information from the band into the app here itself. And I really like the ability to create your own workouts. I'll try to leave sort of a link to the workout I created. I didn't see quite how to share it on there. They might have upgraded it to be able to share between them. But either way, I'll try to leave some detailed information in the description sort of about the workout that I've been doing with the Microsoft Band. And now down here is where you can check out your sleep, and you can track your sleep accordingly. Not doing too well, got to do a little bit better improvement, but you can see here, you can see your heart rate while sleeping, when you've gone into deep sleep or what they call restful sleep, how many times you woke up, your efficiency, total duration. So while I slept for about 5.5 hours, I got about 1 hour and 20 minutes of restful sleep and about 2 hours of light sleep. Your resting heart rate and just how many calories burned. My sleep restoration was low, so it wasn't the greatest sleep for that. But you can kind of track and check out each one of these, and it keeps a history of it. And you can see I've only had 54 minutes of restful sleep there, so it wasn't even good, but I did burn 666 calories, devil calories there, so to speak. But you can see it tracks that. And you can actually do a few more different things here. One of the other things, you can manage your tiles, which we'll do here. Now on here, before you had this basically here will kind of manage what tiles show up on here. You can swipe around. Now, if I don't want biking, which I'm not doing right now, I can turn that off. If I don't want golf, I can turn that off. If I want the weather, I can turn that on. And Starbucks and Facebook and so on. But one of the things they allowed you to do is add your own tiles. You actually go to the gallery here, and you have different tiles. You have Gold's Gym, Inspiration, Bing Sports, AP News, Xbox Wire. Actually check out the Gold's Gym one. So we can hit that, we hit download, and I've already actually downloaded another one here. Now when you download that, it's actually going to go ahead and automatically sync it to the band, which takes a little bit longer this time to sync than in previous models, I've noticed. But once you've kind of done that, you can see it's added the Gold's Gym Inspiration here. And it sort of gives you, looks like it's names of people that have lost weight and done different programs with Gold's Gym, I suppose. Pretty cool. Nice little way to keep you motivated. I actually added a Patriots one here as well too, which it can show us the scores of the games and our upcoming game and refs in that last Patriots game. Anyways, but you can see you can organize this accordingly. And if I hit save again, it should, I remove the tile, I can turn them back on. It should save that, and it should be updating this in just a second. To sort of change it around. Like I said, updating is a little bit slower than in previous versions from what I've noticed here. Usually it does a little bit faster, but I think with the firmware update, that'll kind of speed up here a little bit. And there we go. Now I have the weather on there. And I can rearrange those as well too. So if I want the Patriots to be in one position, I can kind of move it around. If I want weather to be up here, I can move that around. So I want that to be really up there is one of the first tiles I look at. All right, another cool thing we can do on here as well too, we can do our personalization, which we've done before, but they're giving you a few more color options. as well too, and they're giving you options of the blacks, and that's obviously going to extend the battery life when you have the display on if you use black, because this is an OLED AMOLED display on here now. You can change the colors, so we'll change it maybe to a purple there, and we can change the wallpapers. They have some interesting different wallpapers this go around, but let's actually use that wallpaper, and this will update itself. So I chose purple, and it should change the whole theme to purple as well too. Okay, so as far as notifications, the band handles them pretty well. You can get your text messages, phone calls, emails, calendar, and appointments, and all those just kind of come in. They vibrate on your wrist, letting you know and give you a little bit of information about what's going on, such as a text message right here. Lets me know stocks picked up price. In other words, my friend's talking about the stocks picking up. Actually, I think David Price he just signed today. Now, another cool thing here is you can actually reply to text messages. You can use canned responses if you want to, but you can actually use the keyboard if you want to as well too. So you can reply this way, and it actually does a pretty decent job for the most part. You can see here, you can tell I said reply. And it does a pretty decent job for the most part in predicting your texting. Not the greatest, but it's a good way to sort of basically put out a quick message. You can have number rows, you can have symbols, you can have your A, B, C, D, and so on. And you can hit send there if we want to, or if we want to just kind of backtrack and delete that. We can just change what it predictably says, or we can just hit delete and it gets rid of it there. Let's just say cool. So a couple of caveats that I have with the Microsoft Band. I do wish that there was an ability to control your music from the band to your phone. So if you want to skip to the next song or control a playlist, it'd be nice to have that. At first, I wanted to be an ability to have storage on this and just download music to this, but I think that would be a pretty big battery hit and would complicate things a little bit more within here and probably make the band a little bit bigger. So I kind of rethought that, but kind of the ability to be able to navigate your music, I think, would be something that'd be pretty nice to go along with this. While I'm happy with battery life, I wish it would be a little bit better. I wish they could improve it with the GPS to get to that 3 to 5 day time frame. I know that's asking a lot right now, but I would like to see them improve that. Of course, I like to see them thin the design out just a little bit more, just make it a little bit more comfortable on the wrist. It's still a bulky device, but less industrial and less clunky than the previous device, so it still feels pretty good on the wrist overall. And that's pretty much probably my main complaint, caveats with it. I've been using it for about a month now with fitness. This is a fitness band, this is an activity tracker. This is what this is. This isn't necessarily a smartwatch or Microsoft smartwatch, which I think a lot of people kind of that are reviewing this before kind of put this towards. It's not that at all. This is a fitness band for people that are probably in an intermediate to the advanced level that really want to track a lot of things, want this data inside of here, and really want to be able to really use numbers to improve their fitness. That's who this is for. That's why it's $250. That's why it's at that price range that it's at. You really have to look at what you're doing in your workouts and how you're working out as if this is something that you're going to want on here. So it's a bit of an investment. I think it's a worthy investment because, like I said, you get one of the best fitness bands in the market. You get some smartwatch functionality with it as well too. Nice aesthetics, nice overall look, a nice presentation, and it's compatible with everything. Android, iOS, Windows Phone. One of the few devices like this you're going to find that are going to have all that. So for $250, you are spending a lot in investment, but I think it's worth it. I still think it is today the best fitness band available. I think it's definitely better than the BWOne, which is a bit cheaper at $79. So if you want to get something cheap, that might be something you want to go with. But I really think it's worth the investment of going with the Band 2. So that's my review of the Microsoft Band 2. Guys, let me know what you think. Please post your comments below, whether you agree or disagree with this. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all. Also, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It definitely helps us out. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. Follow us on Twitter, connect with us on all our social networks. The link to those are in the description. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition. Thanks for watching.